Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today we're going to be looking at the bullish divergence. This is a great trading opportunity if you can learn to spot them. We're going to be using the RSI to find this one, but you can use many different indicators to find divergences. Any divergence that we show you in this series here, we're using the RSI, but that will work with slow stocks, the MACD, etc., etc. Okay. A bullish divergence is a situation where you expect price to reverse back to the upside, so you want to be a buyer in this situation. It's basically a very simple analysis where you analyze the low points of price activity, and then you compare those low points. And you got to be using the close actually in this particular scenario. Let me clean that up. I almost forgot. You have to use the close of candlesticks, the lowest close, when you're analyzing this, because the RSI is based on the closing price of the periods. Therefore, you want to compare apples to apples. So in this case here, our lowest close is here, and then we have another one over here that seems to be our lowest. And this is showing you that you are trending down right here. Okay. However, the corresponding low points here and here are actually trending up. Alright, this shows that price is overshooting to the downside because upward momentum is starting to increase, and that means it's overshoot of price making a new low here isn't going to be able to sustain that. It's going to revert back the other way. So that's an opportunity for you to go long if you have the ability to spot this particular scenario. Clean that chart up. You'll also notice that when you're looking at that bullish divergence, it lands in the proper place of the RSI. The RSI pulls down below or at the 30 line. It's considered oversold. It's where you expect to see strong bounces. So the fact that we're seeing it down here at that 30 line forming here, and then again here, that makes perfect sense. It's just telling you it's oversold. That's where you expect to be seeing this show up. You also note that divergences can take time to develop. So whether you're looking at one that's bearish divergence or a bullish divergence, expect them to take some time to develop. So don't just jump in because you see a divergence developing. You need to wait for price activity to begin to turn and in favor of your trade. What you think you're seeing, let price confirm it before you jump on board. To do that, you got a couple different methods. You can simply draw a trend line, and when the price breaks that trend line like it did right here, you know that it's moving in your favor. It's now agreeing with you. You can jump on board at that time with a tighter stop right down here out of that breakout candlestick, and then ride the wave up. Another method would simply be to monitor the most recent high, which is basically the same thing we've just done. Instead of using a trend line, though, you'd simply mark a high like this. Let me clean that up. All right, here's your most recent high. All right, simply draw a trend line right there, a resistance line right there. When you see a breakout of that, you get the same signal. Some traders will also wait for confirmation for the RSI to move back above the 50 line. Typically, when the RSI is trading above the 50 line and the middle of the actual indicator, it's considered bullish. And when it's trading below it, it's considered bearish. So that's another method people may use. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.